Well, good morning out there, in there, out there, from in here, out here. Yes, I have this today because Julie got me a whole beautiful tobacco pouch. She's trying to turn me into a poem kind of guy. And a lot of tobacco, and look at that gold lighter. So welcome to the Sentimentalist. Good morning. And hoping to be well for... Good morning, Mark. Hoping to be well for Mariana, Maddox, Ben, Caprice, Marianne down there, and all the rest of everybody. Julie's really hurting. She has this painful spasm in her neck. It takes almost 2 weeks to go away and nothing relieves the pain. Not even me. Well, a little reminder, which I may do every week, and that is that the the wonderfully surly Jim Harrison said about sentimentalism. You've heard me read this before, but life is sentimental. Why should I be cold and hard about it? That's the main content. That's the main content. The biggest thing in people's lives is their loves and dreams and Vivian's moving and visions. Isn't it something what you're taught in school and all the reviews you read slamming something for being sentimental, that they don't know the difference? These highly educated, which is an oxymoron, okay? Folks don't know the difference between sentimental and schmaltz and cheesy and deception and misleading and false feeling. I don't know, I'm not going to lament, but I put so many, Christmas is everything to me, and it comes from my grandma, I told you that. And I spent, hours and hours yesterday putting everything away. Do you know it? I said, sleep tight to every Santa. Yeah. But they get it confused. It's too bad. Sentimental is something we really feel, and then it's called false feeling. What would be a false feeling if you felt it? I know Julie's not feeling a false feeling. She's holding her head right now. Vivi's knows, and Vivi's carrying... Interesting, she jumped over to be beside Julie. Let's see what's in the old notebook, huh? January. I'm not going to say Happy New Year. I said it. But this is the year of gratitude. Now, you might not believe this, but gratitude's in short supply. Did you write your thank you notes? Although my sister and I hated that. Before you enjoy and play with all your toys, write your thank you notes. Now, that was a puritanical move that I don't advise. Being the anti-Puritan Calvinist that I am, but that's like being against America. But gratitude's really, it's in a kind of a short supply. Write some thing and take the care and everything, and you get a note and you get an email now and says thank you, period. I don't know what you do with that. What do you do with thank you, period? Thank you, exclamation mark? Oh, period. Thank you. Oh, so anyway, Ross Gay writes about gratitude in his Inciting Joy that I keep promoting. And it's very interesting just about the difference in the cultures, and how I told you that story of working with the black women this summer, whole class, and they're saying to me that, don't be nervous, we know how to talk to you, but you don't know how to talk to us. No. Ah, boy. But Ross Gay, he's furious about the lack of gratitude. Now, if you read Braiding Sweetgrass, which I also would celebrate, by Robin Wall Kimmerer, her thing about gratitude is reciprocity. We have a dear friend, Ruth Zwald, reciprocity. Thank you, Ruth. Not equal. Not equal. That's, again, that other stuff. But just, I got the most beautiful note from Caprice the other day. And you know, that note could last a lifetime. And it's not equal to what was given her. If you put it in that, it's even better. I don't know. That's you know, analytics. Equal. That's 2 + 2 = 9. That's what I think we ought to do. Hey, I'm not grumpy. No. See what else we have here. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I mentioned putting away Christmas. Yeah. Do you know the song Streets of London? Look it up. YouTube. Written by Ralph McTell. McTell. Ralph McTell, Streets of London. 50 years ago, Ralph wrote that. Ralph, like my buddy. He wrote that song. 50-some years ago. He was 20, he's the same age as me now. So say he's 28, 25, something. And 200 people have covered this song. It's one of the most popular, probably the only song of its type to make it to number 2 in Europe, England. Check it out, Scotland. It's an amazing song. It's like the music and the lyrics, you can't pull them apart. Some people have called it the perfect song. I don't know if there is such a thing, but it's okay with me to call it that. You and me. Yeah, Ralph McTell, The Streets of London. And you can see him singing it in his 20s, and he's got the wide shirt collar and everything. And then you see him singing it now at 78. And then you can get all these different versions of it, covers on YouTube. I'm going on and on about it, but I can't go on and on about it enough. The Streets of London. So why do you think that you're lonely? Why do you think that the sun don't shine on you? Let me take you through the streets of London, and I'll show you things that might change your mind. I got the second line wrong. You know, I keep thinking about that memorial service for Randy. These people I talk about are your friends too. I'm so glad you're out there. I've been hearing from a few more people lately, and wow. I'm just talking. I've been thinking about that service and how that was so pious, and I just really don't understand how this is going to sound awful. I better slurp before this, okay? Why does the church have a stranglehold on the end of people's lives and their families? Maybe it's important to them. I'm not going to criticize. I just wonder why. You know, why when I did some stand-up was it inappropriate at a memorial service in this big church? I was one of the only people who wasn't a member of the church there. And I never heard from anybody from the church saying, you know, anything. Gratitude. Yeah. You know, the other thing about it is that, you know, things like the ineffable, the spiritual, you know, it's got to be this great big thing and then these sweeping thing. You know what I think's the ineffable? A leaf. Or our dog, Julie. I don't know that I would worship them. I don't get that. Why worship? Love, find sacred, believe sacred. There was an article in the New York Times the other day about awe. A-W-E, awe. That's a pretty big word. But it was saying how important that is and how healing it is. And I think we'd agree that awe is healing. I like that it's healing. Awe is a little too big a word for me. I'm more dumbfounded than that. A little more that way, dumbfounded by it all. Or as our daughter Meredith would say, how can that be? That's awe. How can that be? Julie's petting Molly right now, one of our two cats. They're so dear. Let me see what else I have in here. Mary McSchmidt and her mom, Jane McKinney, their book is out. Holy cow. I wish this book could change everything too, because it's a mother and a daughter. And I did finish this blurb last night for them, and I hope it's okay for them. They have to okay it. But one of the things in it that I mentioned was just that they had this conversation they called chair chat, back and forth, and they ended up making a book out of their back and forth. And I kept thinking, wow, why didn't I do that with my mom? Why didn't I do that with my dad? Why didn't I do that with my grandmother? Why didn't I do that with my Uncle Willis? All the things we could have talked about, and I didn't. Wow. What a great book. Miracle Within Small Things. It's called. Isn't that wonderful? Miracle Within Small Things. Well, that's about it. I did notice also at Randy's service that he used to be a professor at the seminary, and then there was a trouble there, and he would never tell me this story, but I didn't see. There may have been. I don't know all those people, but the people I know from the seminary weren't there. Forgiveness? Yeah. We can do that, right? We don't need to be told. Come on, right? Okay, here's a little poem for today. Has a little bit of springtime in it. It's very dreary here today. I love dreary days. I don't mean dreary to get you down mopey. I just mean dreary. Oh. So this has a little bit of spring in it. Maybe that'll help. I thought its title, I thought about putting together a jigsaw puzzle. It's raining, a soft rain, not hard enough to bend the coneflowers, pansies, and the spindly stems of stilby. Vivian, our dog, sleeps on the hardwood floor, now and then letting out a snort and snore, always making me smile. Across the room, my wife pedals her spinning wheel. Our mottled gray cat ambles into the room, stops by Vivian, rubs her, lets her sleep, walks on out to hide and sleep herself behind the shirts hanging from the low bar in the closet. This is our understanding of time, a way to believe it exists. Here we spend our days sitting in the nothing that is never empty, that fills with whatever comes along. How long can we wait? Can we ask? Here is where we live, where we wonder how Vivian lives in a world with no need of forgiveness. She knows nothing else, tail wagging after being left alone with nothing to do. Her long day's sleep a comfort? Does she make her way from floor to bed to couch carrying her ragged rabbit? My wife is spinning wool from a fleece she's cleaned, dried, combed, and carded, evolving it into yarn. Later, she will sit across from me and knit. She creates our quiet. Oh, to be as wordless as Vivian. Take care. Try to be cheerful. Try to be cheerful. Thanks for being here.